Hi everyone, welcome to another devotional, Thursday staff devotional. I am looking forward to talking to you guys today just about something that God has been teaching me recently. And I'm going to be talking from a couple different places in the Bible and some quotes that I like as well. And I'm going to do my best to tie all of my thoughts together and make it cohesive because I can go a little bit all over the place sometimes. So I hope that this makes sense. But yeah, I guess to start off, just to say that just recently I've been having a bit of a rough time, feeling very overwhelmed and stressed with life, and I know that we can all relate to that at times. We all go through periods of time where we're more stressed out, and I tend to think of myself as someone who doesn't get stressed out easily. I'm pretty go with the flow and chill. And I mean, there are periods of times where it's like, okay, if it's exam season for me, I'm a little bit more stressed out than usual because there's projects due and I have to study on top of all the other responsibilities that I have. But recently I've just been, I feel like for months now, very overwhelmed and stressed. And just this week, I realized how accurate that is because for the first time in the history of me having a credit card, I forgot to pay my credit card bill because my brain has just been in a million different places. I've had a credit card for like 7 years now, and I've never forgotten to pay it. And I got an email from them and she was like, hey, just a reminder. And the minute that the email came in, I was like, oh, I didn't pay my credit card bill. So that was just a reminder to me, or recognizing how like stressed I actually have been. But through this time, God has really been teaching me a lot of cool things. And I think that's how it is for most of us. It's when we're in a valley where God teaches us the most. And so sometimes it's hard to be thankful for those tough times, but it is through those that we grow and we persevere, which produces character. And faith and perseverance in God. So something that has been encouraging me greatly has been the Bible app. If you don't have the Bible app, get it. It's awesome. I'm sure lots of people are familiar with it. It's also called YouVersion. And lots of people use it to just look up scripture quickly on their phone. But what I didn't know for the longest time, until actually near the beginning of COVID, is that they have like plans on there. They have like Bible reading plans. They have different devotional studies, and they have something called the verse of the day. So every day there's a different verse that you can read, and it comes with like an image as well, but it also comes with a short like 2-minute devotional as well. And it has a portion where someone reads the scripture and kind of analyzes it and talks about it in the same way that we've been doing as a staff in our devotionals. And then there's a little prayer, it repeats the verse, and then there's also like a written devotional from one of their plans as well that you can read that has to do with that specific verse for the day. So that has been a huge encouragement to me because sometimes, I'm sure we've all had this, if I'm being honest, there are mornings where I'm like, I don't have the energy to open my Bible right now and to dissect scripture and figure out what it means to me. And this app has just been helping me to like kind of kickstart that, and first thing in the morning to be able to just watch as someone else kind of dissects a verse for me, and it helps me just get into the groove of opening my Bible. And so yesterday, Romans 12:12 was the verse of the day, and it's very simple. It just has 3 simple and yet challenging things that it says to us. It says, be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, and constant in prayer. And to be honest, when I first read that, the first one, be joyful in hope, was a little bit overwhelming for me because I was like, God, I don't know how to be joyful right now. Like I feel very hopeless and discouraged right now. And so I don't know how to be joyful in that. But it's remembering that when we have hope, it's about the future, right? It's like hope for the future and what's to come. And a reminder that this is our temporary home. Like as Christians, this is not our permanent place. This is not what God intended for us. And that's why he sent Jesus to die on the cross for us, so that we could live in eternity in perfection with him one day. And that will be forever. And that right now is just a small blip. It's just a blink of an eye, even though it feels like eternity sometimes. And that leads us to the second point. Sometimes I feel hopeless and discouraged, and like life is so long and draining because of affliction. And Jesus said we will face trials and temptation, not if, but when we face them. And so we will face affliction in this time, but he says here, be patient in that, which again, so hard to do because we just want it to be over, right? We just want to get out of the valley and be on a mountaintop again. And that's how I feel right now. But he says to be patient in our affliction because he is working in that. And we do produce character, and we learn and we grow in our faith through those things. And then the final one was be constant in prayer. And that kind of leads me to a quote that I love by C.S. Lewis that again, God brought to my mind. I was looking for a photo and I had saved this quote way back, like over a year ago in my photos, and I just happened to come across it. And he says, relying on God has to begin all over again every day as if nothing had yet been done. And so that constant in prayer has just been a reminder to me that each morning I've been waking up and saying, okay, God, I cannot do this. Like me in my strength, I don't have what it takes to wake up some mornings. I don't have what it takes to go and shower, to read my Bible, to get to work, to do what I need to do. Like all these small things that seem like they should be easy. I, in my own strength, am not capable of these. And I think sometimes we go to God and we rely on him like when the really, really big things happen, and then we forget to rely on him in the small things. And I also love the quote of, we need to remember that we need God on our best day as much as we do on our worst. And so recently I've just been starting each morning by praying, God, I can't do this. Not a, I can't do this, so I'm going to give up, but an, I can't do this, so I need you to. I need you to help me to do my job. I need you to help me to do the responsibilities you have given to me. I need you to help me do small things like to get out of this bed right now because I am not capable of that on my own, and just fully relying on him. And it's not something we do once and then we go, cool, I'm set now. I rely on God. No, C.S. Lewis reminds us that we have to do it every single morning as if nothing else had been done. And it's a fresh thing that we have to do each day. And I think we as humans are really bad at that. We think, oh, we've done something once, we're set. We think it's like our driver's license. Oh, got my driver's license. Don't need to do another test until I'm like 80. I'm set to go. That's not what relying on God is like. Relying on God is like eating and breathing. We have to do it every second of every day. We have to start over every morning. And so that was a great reminder to me to be constant in prayer and constantly relying on him. And then today, the verse of the day was Psalm 34:19, which says, the righteous person may have many troubles, but the Lord delivers from them. The Lord delivers him from all of them. And the guy who was reading it on the Bible app today was just reminding us that one of the greatest words in the Bible is so short, it's 3 letters, B-U-T, but. And that word eliminates like the first half of the sentence. Whenever you see the word but, sometimes it can be not good. Like sometimes the word but is really scary. And he gave the example of when someone says, I love you, but I'm breaking up with you. Or, hey, you're doing a great job at work, but we have to let you go. Like that but eliminates all the great things that they said before, right? It's like, oh, cool, you love me, but you're breaking up with me. So the I love you part is not valid anymore because the but came, right? Or great, I'm doing a good job at work, but the but came and you have to let me go. So it's invalid that I'm doing well at work. And so buts can be scary sometimes, but this is a but from the Lord. And it's so encouraging because it says the righteous person may have many troubles, and whatever you are facing right now, I guarantee you have faced trouble in your life and we will continue to face trouble. I am facing trouble right now. It seems I feel overwhelmed and stressed, but the Lord will deliver us from them, and how encouraging that is. And he will do that in time, and it may not be in this lifetime. We may not get out of this affliction until our hope and salvation is fully lived out, until we are in heaven one day, but we have that hope as Christians. So I hope that this was an encouragement to you today, and that whatever you are facing right now, whether you are on a mountaintop or you are in a valley, or you feel like you are just in a pit, like in the depths of despair. We have all been in those places, and the Lord sees you and He knows what you are going through. And I encourage you to be joyful in hope, patient in this affliction, and constant in prayer. So thanks again for joining us, guys. I hope to see you guys soon at church, and yeah, have a great rest of your week. Bye.